what's up, guys? What y'all thought about this episode? It was a good ending, but it was very fake. Tyreek must have been a little bit upset that Anya was taken out, but he shrugged that off like a cold. He was like, oh, you shouldn't have did it. But then after she was like, well, she needed to feel my pain, he was like, whatever. Anyway, we kick off the episode right where we left off. The Tejadas are all being questioned about Monet, and nobody knows nothing, but they're angry because at the same time, inside, they know everything. They go back home to an empty house, and they are exercising their plans. Kane just wants Noma. Everybody's like, listen, we need Carter too, but Kane is on vengeance. Diana, she's like, listen, we got to get everybody in on this and we'll take out Noma. Meanwhile, Tyreek is over there with Detective Carter acting a fool. Detective Carter singing songs every few seconds. What are you going to do, Tyreek? He is extremely annoying, but yet he understands the predicament Tyreek is at. Tyreek also understands once you let this ninja go, he's coming for him. He's gone with the wind. He is Detective Carter. They was like, yo, he's a dirty cop. He's got some skeletons in his closet. It's not like he was only coming after you guys. So he told Effie to do her digging, and she found out that he definitely looks at Kamal's files numerous times in his computer. I think Effie then replaced Pinky's job. Pinky, you out of work. Tyreek and Carter is having a pissing match over there. They're going back and forth with each other. And yes, I do think Detective Carter has something to do with his wife's taken out. I think she was going to tell on him at some point because your ninja is out of control. Tyreek also figures out, you know what? Let me talk to Davis. Let me see if I can get some stuff from the crime scene, if I can get something. Why Detective Carter is so arrogant, and this is weird. You know, he's slipping or the writers was just lacking, because Carter is a diabolical genius, but you can get too ahead of yourself. So Tyreek temporarily lets Detective Carter go so that he can try to set him up later and get him on the Detective Kamal unaliving. Meanwhile, he heads over to Diana's house because Diana, Kane, Drew, and the cousin then raided Noma's house. Noma wasn't there. Kane decided to take Anya because he knows that Noma is not going to leave without Anya. While they're trying to get the location, Anya's not giving out the location. So Diana was like, yo, reach out to Tyreek. I bet you she'll give it to Tyreek. Tyreek is like, all right, you know what? I got a plan. Make it look like I snuck in there to save Anya. Anya don't realize what hit him. It's hilarious because Anya is asking Tyreek 100 questions. Now, if he would have answered, she would have been like, wait, what? But he would not answer them. He was like, oh my gosh, we gotta go. And that's exactly what con artists do. They usually put something in so fast to the point where you can't think. Because my question would have been, yeah, Tyreek, how did you know where I was at? She's like, all right, let's go to my mother's house. So she gives him the address, at which point he gives it to Diana and them. And I say Diana and them because Diana led this one. She wanted her own sweet vengeance. She knew the most powerful thing you can take is someone's child, or mother for their fact. She purposely lit the daughter up in front of the mother. Now, she could have took out Noma, but she wanted that pain to simmer. And like she said, you know what? Noma is not going anywhere because she is hot for us right now. Vengeance is blinding. Tyreek has Drew go to the office. Now I'm like, for some reason, I don't trust Drew farther than I can throw him, especially around Detective Carter because he liked being his lapdog so much. However, Drew does come through in the clutch. They tell him to get on Detective Carter's hard drive and get the information and wipe it clean, and he'll never know. Drew gets in his office and does exactly that. Tyreek pulls through and he helps them by getting Noma's location. The only thing is, Diana messed it up, according to the guys. But in Diana's plans, it went according to plan. Because they're blinded by vengeance, Kane knows that Noma is going to be looking for them. So he sets up a fake reservation on her plane. And the brother's like, dude, this is a setup. Let's get out of town right now. We will regroup at another time. Noma is like, no, Of course, Noma done turned informant with the feds, and she was trying to put Tyreek and them onto the feds. Talk about global snitch. Her husband did it. Noma's doing it. They don't have no loyalty. They so far up in the game, they do not care. Now, this is where it gets extremely cheesy, crazy, because they're in the hangar and Noma comes. She comes with the cops. Kane still takes that shot on Noma. How he disappears, I have no idea. Like, they had to just show him disappear like that, because it's like, dude, how did you get out of there? You got a bullet fragment in your arm. I imagine there wasn't a car waiting outside for those guys. Like, how did you get away? They didn't show that mess because they couldn't. Because it was just ridiculous. Or maybe it's like House of Dragon and they were out of budget. But boom. Effie gets to Kane and she gives Kane all her money. What do y'all think about that? Because that is ridiculous. Like, you couldn't give him a third. You just gave him your whole life savings. Nobody gives away everything they ever own to a person. That did not make sense. And that is unlike Effie's characteristics. Like, I can understand a third that's showing loyalty, but I guess they wanted to show or have a reason for her still being in the game. But she sacrificed everything. So I don't want to hear that I told you, she was never loyal to Tyreek, but she was damn sure always loyal to Kane, and Kane was definitely loyal to Effie. They got some kind of love-hate thing going on, and I'm saying those Michael Carrorisms that Effie got up in her from Kane, he done messed that girl's head up. They are going crazy. They are the new Bonnie and Clyde. Like I said, I am not eating the chips. Because remember, I said that if I am wrong about Kane getting his own spinoff, I will eat spicy potato chips in front of you guys live. So far, I think I am almost safe. Tyreek makes a deal with Noma's brother to deal product. Because I'm like, why would he take that deal? But however, the beef was with the Tejadas. Tyreek was never around for none of that mess. So the brother doesn't even really know how close he was with the Tejadas. So I was like, okay, that probably makes sense. Because remember, Tyreek was never there at the wedding. The brother never saw them together like that. So Tyreek assembles a team. He has the lawyers. He has the dirty cops. And he's essentially played a clip.
After today, you don't even got to see my face ever again. I'm basically
a ghost.
Yeah. A ghost.
The new ghost. And Tyreek does what he's supposed to do and cuts Brayden the hell off. Now, Brayden, he wanted to sell just because. He always had the money. It had nothing to do with it. But was it just because he wanted to do it with Tyreek? Nah, I don't think so. Because he just wanted to do it, period. I guess Brayden needs the money now after his uncle took most of the money for the Ponzi scheme. And at the end, I think we're going to see Tyreek on Force coming up this season. Who's excited to see Force? Anyway, I'm AminaSeenIt. Hit that like and subscribe. But we'll talk about it live later on. Enjoy.